cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We are live. We are live, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. If there's any complications on our sound or anything like that, just let us know in the chat. But we appreciate you guys. We've been talking the last couple hours about what we wanted to talk about today. And I think we're going to dive deeper into the cryptocurrency market today just because even though we're big on NFTs, NFTs are popping right now. We really want to take a step back and kind of go back to the basics because that's what NFTs come from. It comes from cryptocurrency, right? And one thing I'll just say while we're going along, take notes on what we're going to be talking about today. There's a couple things that we found very interesting on our part that we're going to share with you guys. So definitely write these things down because they're very important factors for this market. And we got something special for you guys about XRP. XRP is a crypto that we love. There's this SEC case going on. Hopefully that falls through very, very soon. We know it's going to fall through. We know XRP is going to win that case. But again, we're not financial advisors. We're just here giving you guys our opinion. No matter the NFT we drop to you guys, no matter the cryptocurrency coins we give you guys, no matter if we say goodbye points, still do your due diligence, do your research, look up these things yourself, look into the projects, look into the different things that we're saying because it might not 100% be true to you, right? So if that's where you are right now in your phase of learning, if you're brand new, check out our old videos, check out the basic videos if you're just getting into cryptocurrency. We do have basics all the way to advanced, all the way to different coins we're invested in, different NFT projects. We just started doing 2 live streams every single week on Zoom, so definitely tap in. All of our Instagram, Telegram, our YouTube and everything like that is down below in the description. If you guys have any questions while we're going along today, please do not be scared. Drop them in the chat or after you see this video, drop them in the comments and we'll make sure we get to those as soon as we can. But without further ado, guys, I'm excited for this stream. I'm excited to see what Pat has to say. This guy has been in since 2017, guys. So everything that he says, guys, is very valuable. He knows the fundamentals. He knows the ins and outs of cryptocurrency. And, we're still learning, but this man right here has a couple years on us right now on cryptocurrency. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to pass this over to Pat, and we're going to get this thing rocking off. Let's get it.
Family. All right, guys. So we have another Red Friday. So like I said, actually, since we're in this NFT market, we gotta look at that as a positive. So we're gonna be able to get our NFTs a little bit cheaper. And also this is especially what we're talking about with XRP. XRP is gonna, once it pops, it's not when we don't see this correction coming back down to $1. So that's the one token that we're gonna really be focusing on. But the market today, let's see, we're sitting at 1885. So we're down a little bit. Let's see, we're 6% for the day, actually. So it's a little bit of a decrease, but that is all right. One of the articles we're going to pop up, that'll probably explain why it dropped so fast. Typical stuff. And then we'll see this thing boom back up because, like I said, we got more positive news that comes out. We can find as much negative. When we see the negative, we can always find the positive. When we see the positive, you can always find the negative. It's kind of the internet works. Anything you want to find, you can find. That's why you got to do your own research with this stuff. And like we've always said, when you see these big players buying, buy. They know what they're doing. That's why they're the big players. You always notice they buy when we are all seeing these low, these crazy corrections, almost double-digit percentage drops. That's where they come in, and next thing you know, we just bought another $1 billion of Bitcoin, and that's just how this is working. But XRP's case is going to be coming closer and closer to an end. Like I said, when that thing does, XRP hasn't had its chance to even make its first move, more or less the last bull run. So just be ready for that one, because like we were saying, like when it comes back down and corrects, you're going to probably still be spending multiple dollars per XRP. So even at the correction point, it should stay up. I mean, that's just like you said, we're not financial advisors, but XRP hasn't had its chance to do its thing, and we're gonna go deeper into that. What I'll do now is I'm gonna let Jonah go in and just like touch base on the market, get a little technical with it, and then we can just get into our quick news articles. We'll go over Ripple a little bit more, and then I got one or two things I want to show you guys, and maybe we'll even show you like the NFTs that we pick up, depending on our time. We're gonna try to keep this at like 30, 35, 40 minutes tops. All right, back to you, Jonah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Pat, for explaining that and understanding that there is a lot of FUD in the market right now. So we got to be aware of that. We got to, take into account what's going on in the market, because of course, where there's good, there's bad. Where there's bad, there's good. But if you pay attention and you are aware of what the big players are doing, money leaves trails, right? Success leaves clues. So follow where the clues are. And right now in the crypto market, big players, big institutions, bigger countries are already starting to look to adopt cryptocurrency, or specifically Bitcoin, in their country because they know how big it's going to be in the next couple years. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to get into some analysis. Like you said, the market's sitting at about 1.89 trillion. So I would say last couple weeks it's dropped about 500 billion, which, it's okay. We saw a bigger drop. We saw almost a trillion drop on the first, when it went down about 50%, which it doesn't scare me. All these drops are exciting. It honestly is good for the market. In order to continue this bull run that we're in, we need to see this type of movement in order for the market to either go up or down. But specifically, we still believe we're in the bull market, so we're looking to see this continue up. Currently, Bitcoin sitting at about 42.5, right around there, right around that range. I don't think that we will see anything. I personally don't believe we will see anything below 40 again. I think it's starting to give us some nice little resistance levels around that $40,000 level. It could do one of two things, guys. If it does drop, we could probably see it come maybe down to like 35,000. But if it just consolidates for a little bit, which is kind of what we want to see. We want to see some nice sideways movement, maybe between that $40,000 level and that $45,000 level. If we could see a nice little consolidated zone for maybe like a week, that's really good. Then we'll see probably altcoins pump a little bit, and then we'll see Bitcoin take off, and then vice versa, right? But just pay attention to Bitcoin this week, especially because I know, I'm not sure if Pat's going to bring it up, but I know China just banned Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in their country. But with that being said, it's not a surprise. They've done this many times, so it's nothing to be scared of. This is not the time to sell your coins, guys. This is a time to buy, because guess what? Where countries are selling, other countries are buying. And look at El Salvador. They just made it a legal tender over there. They even gave their citizens X amount of crypto or X amount of Bitcoin for having Bitcoin or setting up a wallet or whatever it was. So with that being said, guys, look at the big players. Look at MicroStrategy. We've talked about MicroStrategy. We've talked about Grayscale. We've talked about these bigger players, these whales, right? They're accumulating a lot of cryptocurrency right now, and they're not collecting cryptocurrency right now to lose money. I promise you. They're smart. They have money. They understand how the market moves. They're accumulating it for a reason, right? So just pay attention, guys. Like I said, Bitcoin sitting at that $42,500 range. I think we're gonna see a nice pushback up. If we can see this break that 48K level, I think we're gonna be back in our bull run and go crack that last high at 53. And I think we'll be on the rise. I mean, it's all a matter of time, guys. Once Bitcoin breaks and then kind of consolidates, starts moving sideways, then we're going to see everything else do the exact same thing, if not more. And then usually the altcoins pump a little bit harder, just because they're not as much. But you're going to see a lot of things happening. You're going to hear also a lot of FUD. You're going to hear why you shouldn't invest in the crypto, why you shouldn't do this, why you shouldn't do that. But just pay attention, guys. Pay attention to what the big players are doing. If the big players are saying, hey, we're not investing into crypto. They're lying. They're just creating fear. They want to create that fear, uncertainty, and doubt in you. So you doubt, you don't invest. They buy up. They accumulate more, more, right? And then they come in and it just booms, right? And then you missed out. You missed out on money. Again, we're not financial advisors, but I just want you guys to be aware of what's going on in the market right now. And don't be scared. Don't be scared because the market's going down. Accumulate more. That's how you're really gonna profit in this game, is just accumulating more and more assets as the asset goes down, as long as we're still in the bull run. I still believe we're in the bull run. So with that being said, I guess we can get into our news. Pat, did you want to go ahead into our news real quick?
Yeah, that works.
All right, cool. So with that being said, let me go ahead and switch over my screens for you real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, cool. So, with the news today, I don't have too much, but I had some very interesting news. My first one was Snoop Dogg. Big Snoop. But basically, if you guys don't know, he is into cryptocurrency. He is a millionaire, multi-millionaire. And he has, as he came out and said, he has millions of dollars in NFTs. So, if you're still doubting, if you're still confused, on why NFTs are so big, just look at your favorite artists. They're creating NFTs. They're coming in. I think Snoop Dogg has his own NFT, if I'm not mistaken. Just crazy amounts of artists. This year, a great deal of popular hip-hop superstars like Eminem, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Lil Pump, and many more have been getting into non-fungible tokens, NFTs. On Monday, the American rapper Snoop Dogg revealed that he is an avid collector of NFTs. Snoop claims to be the, I don't know how to say that word, Twitter account, unanimous, I guess that's how you say it, unanimous Twitter account dubbed Cosmo de Medici. I don't know what that means, but that's his username, I'm guessing, on the Ethereum blockchain. So maybe if you see that name, copping any NFTs that you cop, guess what? Snoop Dogg just copped up. So that was something that's interesting. He's a great rapper. He's well known, has a lot of money, and he's being smart. He's being very smart. He's definitely a businessman for sure. The second article that I have for you guys is talking about Twitter. Twitter launches Bitcoin tipping feature, explores NFT authentication. So that's really interesting. As you know, Twitter is very big, and especially if you watched our last couple streams, it's very, very big when you're looking into NFTs. Especially, you're going to be following their Twitter accounts and their Discords and all that. Twitter is very big for those accounts, right? Twitter is probably bigger than Instagram when it comes to NFTs, in my opinion. But as it says, Twitter has begun rolling out tips, a feature that allows users to send Bitcoin or cash tips. The rollout begins with iOS users, with Android coming soon. So you're going to be, I'm sure you can do it with Apple right now, but Androids, you're going to be able to do that soon too, which is pretty cool. And you're going to be able to tip people, especially if they're giving you, leads to NFTs that are popping. Why not? Shoot them over $50, $100. Why not? You just made 15 grand. Shoot them over a couple $100. Doesn't hurt to tip them. Especially if they're giving you the value, so that's really cool feature on Twitter. That's gonna be pretty big, and it's gonna open a lot of more eyes to the crypto market. And then the last one, let's see, right here, is something else with Snoop Dogg. I saw a couple articles of Snoop Dogg, so I'm guessing he's really deep into this. But Snoop Dogg partners with virtual blockchain world Sandbox. If you guys know about Sandbox, it's a really big metaverse. Going to be filled with a bunch of land, a bunch of games, a bunch of different types of worlds. Sandbox is probably the biggest metaverse out there. So you're able to buy land. The land is not cheap, but once I accumulate some more Ethereum from flipping some of these NFTs and holding some of these NFTs and making some really good money, I'm gonna actually go purchase some land on Sandbox just to have it, just because Sandbox is gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge in the future. But rapper plans to create his mansion and drop NFTs. So that's pretty cool. He's gonna develop or basically make a virtual mansion of his and then drop NFTs. I'm guessing he might come out with some type of game, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. Just pay attention to Sandbox and Snoop. They're doing some big things. Sandbox is another virtual world. Definitely check it out if you haven't. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to pass this back to Pat. I really don't have anything else on the news side of things. But if you guys like what you're seeing or what you're hearing today, go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and smash that like button. Give us a comment, right? And shoot us a follow. Turn those notifications on. And make sure you follow our social media, guys, because it's gonna get popping. I mean, I'm telling you guys, in the next month or two, you're gonna see all types of testimonials. We already had some. Shout out to the people that have been investing in these NFTs and making money. You guys know who you are. You guys made great money. If you got a Clay Nation, you made great money. If you got a Alien, you made great money. If you got very important dummies, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So I'm telling you guys, you keep tapping in. You keep learning the information. What's going to separate you and the person that is losing money in NFTs is the knowledge and information that you're going to learn and apply to your success. So I'm going to pass this back to Pat. He's got some news articles for you. Let's get it.
What is up? All right. So let me just touch base, like he said, the one he already brought up, but let's dig a little bit deeper with with China. So China basically, actually, let me just pull up my screen so you guys can see this. All right. So now all cryptocurrency transactions are illegal. So before they banned it, people still do it on like decentralized exchanges. Then they just recently banned mining. Now they're kind of like outright saying it's banned, every aspect of it. And like they said, even in the articles you can check out, like once they announced it, Bitcoin dropped about 2,000. As you can see, the whole market came down. As you scroll down there, this basically just gives you this article here. It gives you the breakdown of how China has been this entire time, like how it's steadily just taking away. So like, who knows? Like we were thinking, once it's illegal, maybe that's their way they can like confiscate and catch up to the game. No clue, and except for the just control aspect, why any country would ban people from this. This is going to be the future. As you can see, there's already countries turning it into legal tender. And that's going to happen more and more, and it's going to start popping up, and it's going to be acceptable everywhere. Like you said, he just said Twitter's global. So I don't understand now. I don't think it's a lot of Americans that are selling on this. So like the whole reason this market's dropping, more than likely the penalties are going to be harsh over there. And if there's going to be no way of accessing all your tokens. So say you were sitting on a big collection of these cryptos, the last thing you want to do is it's going to be banned and somehow they jam up their internets or whatever, where they are not going to be able to sell and live. You know what I mean? Because that could be their livelihood over there. So they really don't have a choice. So every time you got to think, China's one of the biggest, they're huge in cryptos. That entire market's now going to get depleted. Because of this. So they're going to have like a rush sell-off, and that's what they're doing. They're all rushing to sell off before the next guy next to them, so they get a couple bucks extra. I mean, that's how this is, and it sucks for them. I hate to say it, it's great for us. This is where we get to pick up because of what their country's doing to them. So like I said, look at this as an opportunity. Do not pay attention to the red. This is why this is red. Everyone over there is probably selling, and they don't have a choice. They have a deadline, and it's coming, and they cannot have their cryptos. Like I said, they will be locked up. They'll probably lock up the assets. Who knows? They'll lock up the people if they catch them. And I mean, this is the blockchain. So once they have an address, I mean, they can check if it's making moves and stuff. So, I mean, you definitely have to be careful. I guess if you're over there. So that is the reason for this sell-off. So that is why this market is the way it is. And we're going to use this to our benefit. Like I said, especially a lot of the tokens that we have to purchase the NFTs with, they're the ones that are dropping big. So it works out for us. Let me see. So then, so what the other thing Jonah was just talking about, look at this. I pulled up Sandbox's page, and right off the top is Snoop Dogg. So if you go, as soon as you log on now, you can pre-register and go check out like Snoop. Like you said, Snoop's going to build his own little world right here. They got the pool parties. This looks pretty cool. And what you can do is, if you create your account now and you sign up early, he's building his mansion and you're going to be invited to the party. So what'll happen is he's going to give party pass tokens, and you're going to be able to check it out, and you're going to get exclusive stuff for like NFTs. It's pretty cool from what it's saying. So they're going to have lands for sale, all that kind of stuff, starting in 6 days. So we were just talking about this. This is the one. We'll look into this a little bit more. We still have a little bit of time, but this seems like a pretty cool project. And if Snoop's involved, I'm sure he's already got plenty of backers, millions of followers. So this is going to be like another lottery to get your hands on this stuff. But if you do, this is these are the kinds you can make some money on. So this is a project, like you said, we just found out. And we will do some research and keep everybody. Sale 2 wave. I wonder when sale wave 1 might have already happened. We'll look into this though. This is a project. Like I said, as soon as he said that, I pulled up Sandbox because I was going to check out how much land was, and now you can buy in Snoop's area. So we'll check this out for you guys. And then let me get into one more thing while we talk about. Actually, let's just go into Ripple. So XRP, so Ripple, you got to remember, Ripple, XRP are different. XRP is the actual token. Ripple's the company. Ripple, when all this is said and done, they're still expected to maybe even go public. So you'll be able to buy Ripple, and then XRP will be the digital asset through the blockchain that we can get. So right now we are sitting at what? 12% for the week discount. We're at 93. I think last year it was even lower. But this is what I wanted to show you with Ripple. So let's go to the all-time. All right, so as you can see, Ripple's been around for a while. It was less than a penny. When I got into Ripple, it was right around like a quarter, somewhere around that. And as you see right here, this crazy, crazy spike. So once all kinds of announcements started coming out with Ripple or XRP, everybody wanted to get their hands on it. And it was very hard back then to get on exchanges. The exchanges actually were easier to get onto because there were so many, but you had no clue which ones were good and which ones were bad. There wasn't a lot of reviews on them. There were some shady ones. You just had to take your chances. The US would not allow, you couldn't find it on US exchanges. Coinbase at the time, when Coinbase came out, when I first got in, was before Coinbase was even released. And they only started with, I believe, Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Litecoin, and maybe Ethereum Classic. And then once Bitcoin Cash had like their fork, that's where that came in. And then it grew from there. But it was only like 3 or 4 assets in the beginning. And Ripple was not one of them. And people were like, at the same point, when Ripple got to like around $1.25, you were like, man, I could have got that for $1. I could have got that for $1. Well, as you see, it took off. I think this is saying 350, but I actually think it spiked a little bit higher than that. Where are we at? All time 384. So 4 years ago, it hit 384. Now let's rewind after that. So we'll go forward a little bit, and now SEC gets involved. Now you cannot buy. So during this spike, once it hit like $1, Coinbase, the US allowed for, it was not long, but you could buy on Coinbase. You could buy on a couple of different exchanges in the United States. Everybody started buying and started spiking. Went all the way to its all-time high. Then the SEC stepped in and boom, huge sell-off, massive sell-off. I mean, it went all the way down to back down to 14 cents, right? So last year, a year and a half ago, you could have bought it again for 14 cents. That's after that all-time high. You see where it came back up and down, and this is steadily just because of the market was moving. But any token, if you go back and check pretty much any of these top 20 tokens that were around when this was around, and you check this time frame, none of them really correct all the way back down. And if they did correct all the way back down on their next spike, so the spike from 2017 to the spike that happened back in March, that spike, all of them pretty much got back to their all-time highs. Some of them surpassed them. I mean, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, they all surpassed them. When you look at XRP, it never had that opportunity. There's still what people will not, if when it's a little different. Like you see how it goes down with China. If this was the US doing this, like banning it, you would see the market drop real fast. But either way, they can't shut it down. It's global. Just because the US don't want it, just because the China don't want it, the rest of the world can have it. And nobody wants to miss out on this stuff. I guarantee China might not allow the people to have it. As a country, I could almost guarantee they're stacking it. But what I'm getting at is XRP has never even had its chance to get back to its all-time high of that 380 mark. Well, like I said, Bitcoin went from they were at 40, then they went up to 60. So you got to give XRP its chance to even do the bull run. So like the way I'm seeing it is it's going to still hit its all-time high. And that's just going to bring it to like the next floor. And then it's going to go actually start taking its own bull run. And if this all happens and this court case ends while this next big run happens with the entire market, I mean, I'm seeing double digits easy for XRP. I mean, very easy. And at $1, that's a hell of a return. I mean, you could get a 10, 20, 30x is what I'm hoping for. It'll obviously have a correction, but like I said, I don't ever see it correcting all the way back down to $1 again. So this is the opportunity to, in my eyes, to pick up right now. And I mean, like they keep changing their stuff. If you check this article out, major shift in the SEC strategy. It's a mission to defeat. So this is like kind of what they're saying. What they're now trying to basically say is they're going to make an argument that the difference between XRP and Ether, which is Ethereum, is the Ripple ledger is not fully built out, which is a complete joke because half of the blockchains, it's brand new. A lot like Cardano just went live. Like a lot of stuff wasn't out before they started selling. So I don't know if they're going to have too much to stand on with this kind of stuff. So like I said, they're almost just dragging this case out, and more than likely because they're accumulating. Like the whole case before this, they were trying to get the rights so that they could see if the SEC people were owning Ripple. And a judge, I thought, said yes, and then the other one overturned it. So, I mean, the whole reason they're going to do this, and we said this in the last video, Jonah was talking about that. The only reason they ain't going to show it is if you don't have it in your hand, you're going to show your hands are empty. It's when you got this thing you're trying to hide, you don't want it to be seen. And that's the whole reason all this is going over. They can make up it's the government. They can do what they want. But nah, this is one, like I said, we're going to focus on this one right now. Bitcoin, I mean, but they're all once they rock, they're going to rock. But this, I would think, will be one of the biggest returns other than like maybe one of our like coins that were down the rankings 1,000 or deeper. One of those could go real crazy. But safe wise, like, even though it's had its dips and all that, it's still number 6. It's always been like a top 20. It might always be a top 10. XRP has always been there, even with all this stuff going on, all the fun, everything. So when this one goes, this one's going to go. Do you have anything you want to say on XRP, Jonah? Or do you want to just like kind of close out? And I got a couple more things I wanted to talk about, but it wasn't XRP related.
With XRP, the only thing I can really say with XRP is that, like you said, I mean, just basically everything you said was correct. I mean, it's just being dragged on by now at this point. I think that once it does pump, it is gonna use that $3.50 as a floor for sure. It's not
Yeah.
really gonna go too far much down. Maybe play at levels like once it smashes back through at $2, then we'll see that as a floor. Once it breaks through $3, it'll use that as a floor, and so on and so on. So I think we're sitting really really good right now with XRP. I think if you haven't accumulated any XRP, the best way to get it is KuCoin. I would say that's the best way to get it. I wouldn't do any other site but KuCoin because I heard some people got scammed off of that on other sites. So just be careful and do your due diligence and research. If you have an exchange that you find and you have any questions, just ask us. Don't be scared to ask any questions and anything like that. But I think XRP is a great investment. I'm deeply invested in XRP. I'm looking to accumulate even more. It's only a matter of time when this thing pops. So, once this SEC case is gone, hopefully soon by the end of the year would be amazing. I think we're gonna see back up to its high. That's all I really have though.
Cool. All right. So I don't know if you have any even stuff you want to show. I have two more little things. The one I just showed you is a real cool tweet we just thought, because like this is where we're looking at for our future, how we do with these NFTs. But this is a cool. We just saw this tweet. This guy down here. It's pretty neat. Just sold an ape. So he was obviously he bought one of the early NFTs. He said, I just sold an ape that I purchased 5 months ago. Finally buying my first house. Thank you, Bored Ape Yacht Club, for changing my life. So, I mean, like this just should, I bet mint price for these were probably like 0.1 or something. And he probably sold these things now are worth 6 figures minimum. Some of them are 7 figures. So this is just showing you the power in these NFTs. So it's not about just these tokens. This is why we're kind of like moving over a little. So while we're sitting a little flat with this market, we're going to make our money somewhere else. I mean, that's the one thing we will figure this part out. So that's just a cool little tweet. The other thing, so this one, this weekend, we talked about this before, and I've been looking into it. It's just hard to, it looks like there's a lot of options. So that Cardano, their like convention thing, or what do they call it? I got an article from the summit. So that's this weekend. There's going to be a lot of videos, over 200. Check some of them out. So what I'm reading is they're going to have like different categories, because at first I didn't see much on NFTs, and I wasn't too much into, I don't care. Not that I don't care, but learning to build and blockchain and all that, like the technical end, I'm not into programming and stuff, so I wasn't interested. But then I actually got an email from them, and this is actually pretty cool. This is one Joan is gonna like too, because I know he likes NFTs. But so starting tomorrow, let's see what we got this. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Plenty of you have been asking about the NFT component. Well, we don't want to give too much away, but here's the lowdown. In each of the 7 worlds, so they're going to be, I guess, the different discussion topics, you have a chance to win one of 7,000 limited edition NFTs by completing a certain task or challenge. We're not telling you what that is to add to the challenge. It says those who complete these challenges will initially collect 2D images. After the summit, those who acquired the images will be emailed a redemption code. We've partnered with Terra Virtua on redemption. These redemption codes can be used to display in their galleries. So that's like a whole nother, which I'll click on real quick, but that it actually looked cool. It's a whole nother world, and it's a spot to, I guess, display NFTs. And then they're saying that they'll run a contest in November. 1,000 winners will have their collections minted into limited edition NFTs that can be moved off their platform and used anywhere with Cardano capabilities. This ensures everyone access. So everybody, even though if you own the NFT, everybody will be able to use the images. That's what they were saying on here. So everybody will have access to the images, but delivers a rarity and authentication of all ownership from the very first official Cardano branded NFTs. So tomorrow, what you'll do is, if you want to check this out, go into Cardano's website. Right at the top, they're going to end up blasting the summit. Check out these rooms. They're going to probably give more hints. Like I said, I just got this. It does start tomorrow. And from there, who knows, you'll learn a little bit. CFM, you might find they might drop. I'm sure they're going to drop some bombs. So like they'll probably give some new projects, all that kind of stuff. So we'll try to watch this. This goes all for the next, this is Saturday and Sunday. This is the company they're partnered with. As you can see, they deal with NFTs, comics, all that kind of stuff. As you scroll down, I mean, they even have movies you've seen, Gorilla Kong. Like, I guess they're building all these NFT platforms. This I haven't seen too much of. I have to check out this. This is actually, this Terra Virtual is like, this is the first I'm hearing of it. So it's another platform I'll look into. Like I said, it never ends, this information. We have to keep on doing research. But at first I wasn't going to bring up like I said, this Cardano thing, but because I thought it was more on like technical and the building end of that style of programming. But they are going to have some for what we're into. So I will definitely take a look at this weekend, hopefully come up with a couple of NFTs that we can show you on the next show. But yeah, just check this one out. And that is pretty much, yeah, that's all I have that's it for today. You got anything else you want, Jonah? I'm gonna close it out. How you want to do this?
No, man,
I'm
I
good
don't have
though.
anything else. I think we're good. We definitely went over some great information. Definitely have to take a look at that. But with that being said, guys, I mean, just understand this is all information from our opinions. Do your due diligence, do your research. Do not go out here and just buy just because we talk about a project, a coin. Do your due diligence, research it, YouTube it, do everything you can do. And then if it's something that you like, something that you would want to invest in, don't hesitate. Invest into it now. Even if it, looks a little bit high, invest a little bit, save a little bit just in case it dips, and then invest again, right? But I think we're going to continue up from here. We're going to have our live streams Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll be back here Monday, and then Friday, same time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. I got an event to get to. I know Pat's got some things he's got to do. But we appreciate every single one of you for being here. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support. Stay tapped in. I'm telling you guys, next month is going to be a great month. Like I said, little birdie down the street told me there's going to be a giveaway. So you might want to get some more people tapped in. Continue to tap in. Learn as much as you can. I told you guys what's going to separate you and the people that are unsuccessful in this industry and the NFTs and cryptocurrency is information. So learn as much as you can. Do your due diligence. Do your research. And apply the information that you learn if you like that specific project. But we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Love you guys. See you guys at the top because you guys know the rest. The bottom